वंदे श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथं विकुन्तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादां सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखां हेमावदिव्य छविसुन्दराय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते आनन्दलीलामय विग्रहाय तस्मै प्रेमप्रदाय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते नित्यानन्दरामं शरणं प्रपद्ये। कलियुगा तोरा दुटी भाई भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर से तोरा दुटी भाई Nitai Gauranga is the most magnificent incarnation of Kali Yuga. In this world, घरे घरे बुले प्रेमो ami arabana. They goes to every door to door and begs everyone. जारे देखे तारे कहे कृष्ण उपदेश. They say हमारा क्रिया just chant once one name of holy name. That is their bhiksha. In Kali Yuga, This kind of magnification incarnations are very rare. No matter rich, poor, ignorance or knowledgeable, whoever the conditions the living entities are, they come to their doorstep and they ask, please chant one's holy name. Because in this Kali Yuga, Nam Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. Because in Kali Yuga, the Chintamani, what is Chintamani? The desire stone is the holy name of Lord. Because so many people have so many charitable trusts are there. They give, but all are meant for body. It has nothing for soul. So a parrot, you give so many things, golden cage, you give so many things, anything you give, diamond, anything, but if you don't give him food, similarly the soul, what is the soul? In Ishopanishad, Gita, Kathopanishad, so many places that it is mentioned. Bala grashastha bhagyasya satamsha sadishmatamaga bhago savidyaya sachandikaya. The tip of the hair, if you divide into satamsha, 100. Similarly, in Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, Kesha grashastha bhagyasya satamsha sadisham bhago savidyaya sachandikaya. Because the problem here is, in this world, we doesn't understand the Bhakti Vinod Bhajan's meaning. That is our problem. Bhakti Vinod here, Judaita Nakaila Upaya. The meaning of, there are so many things we have to reconcile. This material world cannot be adjusted because it is not meant for them. Nasate vidyate bhavo na bhavo vidyate satao vihorapi kostas tattva darshan. One who has seen the truth, Siddhanta, he understands nasate vidyate. Whatever the material thing you can adjust, but again it will fail down. Judaite na kaila upaya. Upaya means no, there is a way. But the soul, super soul, name of the holy name, Sri Vigraha. Vigraha nahi tumhe Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Vigraha tumhe Sakshat Brajendra Nandan. Lord can speak, Lord can talk, we can talk with him, but this Vigraha can speak, talk, walk. But the problem, the living entity, we see it is an idol worship. It is not idol worship. We are not worshipping an idol. We are worshipping according to the Shastra and Guru Varga. So, this Archana Paddhati is also transcendental. Naam, holy name chanting is transcendental. Dham is transcendental. Parikrama or going time in Dham, you can see so many creatures. The trees, birds, bees, Vrindavan, this everywhere is Chintamani Prakareshu Satmashu Kalpavriksha. Here Vrindavan, all trees are Kalpavriksha, desire trees. Whatever desire, a banyan in spiritual world, what happens? Aprakrit Jagat, the banyan tree can give mango tree can give berry, any tree can give any, because they all are desired trees. It is Amrita Toya Madhya, means here any kunda has water, it has a life-giving power. spiritual power. But we we doesn't understand because we think that this is Yamuna is now like that, and because in time, place, everything is now like this, so like that. But the reality, the nasate vidyate bhavana, bhava vidyate sata. The thing is that whatever the transcendental is transcendental. It is before also transcendental, now also, and future it will be also transcendental. So the soul, the super soul, the saintly people, the Lord and Lord's parikar, they are all transcendental. Like Lord, Angani Yasha Sakalendri Vrittimanti Pashyanti Panti Kalayan Chiran Jaganti Ananda Chinmaya Sada Ujjvala Vigrahasya. Any part of the body of the Lord can perform any function. He can by ear see everything. By eyes he can hear. But the living entities are not like that. But transcendental souls can they do. So our Guru Varga, we offer whatever is Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam. It is mundane also, but the Lord and Guru Vargas, they make transcendental. And that becomes prasadam. In that way, every day we chant. Sharira Vidyajal Jadendriya Tayakal Jive Pele Vishe Sagare. Sharira Avidyajal. What it means? No matter how much Rajbhog we eat, because this is Avidyajal. Only the spiritual Guru, one who has saintly people, their bodies are transcendental. So serving transcendental people, Guru Dev, Vaman Maharaj, Trivikram Maharaj, or Swami Maharaj, or even or all Guru Parampara Acharyas, they are transcendental. Their bodies are not ordinary. By serving Bapu Vani, one is Vani, one is Bapu. Some people can think that they are now not present, how we can serve personally them. But there is Guru is Nitya. Just like we have seen personally Bhaktivedanta Narayana Maharaj Yugacharya Gurudev. But he has personally served the Keshav Maharaj. Nobody can deny it here. And Keshav Maharaj is personally served Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Once Rohini Kumar Prabhu was Delhi, Sheila, there is a Rath Yatra that I was sitting with Gurudev. Prabhu, he told her how Gurudev, they asked, you see Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada, you say, how you can see? Gurudev said, I can see. I can see Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada through my Gurudev. So that way, the Pashyati sa Pashyati. In this world, Gurudeva all are present. They are not Mritya. What is Mritya? Mritya is Agyan. It is like shadow has, you cannot, you can cut, you can, it has no life. So the material world has no life. It always changes and it will be like that only. But the spiritual is not like that. The spiritual world, everything is so dynamic and they are so merciful because there are, even by listening their sacrifices, so many devotees have sacrificed, but not like mundane people sacrificing, like according to the Bhagavad Gita, Madhye Tishtati Rajasa Urdhvam Gacchati Sattvasa Adho Gacchanti Tamasa. But the spiritual world, they doesn't come in three of these. Bhagavad Gita Krishna says, Brahma Bhavana Loka Punarvartyo Arjuna Mahamupaityatya Konti Punarjanmana Vidyate. But they are in their original Swarupa. all Guru Vargas, they are in their own Swarupa, they are situated in Nitya Radha, Krishna's all viewer, Kaya viewer, and inside their Pratishtita, nobody, they are Samadhista. So in that way, they are still there to guide us. Like Rupa Goswami Pad Samadhi is in Damodar, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Bhugar Goswami, Loknath Goswami, Samadhi is there, but they are still there. Sanatana Goswami Pad is there. They are guiding, they are still us to give us. Because who knows the Manovishta of Mahaprabhu? It is Sri Rupa Goswami Pad. So in that way, Sri Chaitanya Manovishta, the desire of the Lord Chaitanya, what is that? Ja prithvite ato jato nagaradigram sarvatra bhavai. They may be little different, but his name will spread. So some people, some places, Venkatramana Govinda, Govinda, like that. Some people, Vithal, Vithal, Jai Jai Ram, Krishna Hari, like that. Some place we have बंसी वाले की जय, भाग्य बिहारी लाल की जय. So like that, Radha Vallabh Lal ki jay, Radha Damodar ki jay. Morning you can see 5 o'clock. So many people are going here. Radha Damodar, hey, Shyam Sundar, Shyam Sundar, Shyam Sundar, chanting always like that. So that is, we can see Namavad, but it is not Lord Dhama, Nitya Dhama. You chant once also, but intensely. The Dham use Kripa. So Dham has power. This Vrindavan Dham is, and Lord are not Nitya Leela. Lord Nitya pastimes are going on. So the Dham is also, what is the meaning of, Gurudev writes in Brajamandal Parikrama, what is the meaning of Brajamandal? Brajam is always moving. Always, like even Dwapar Yuga also with Parjan Maharaj, there sometimes Nandagram, Nandeshwar Parva, sometimes in Vrindavan, sometimes different, always moving. Similarly, the Braj itself is all full of transcendental Chaitanya. So see how much the Goswamis are power. Rupa Goswami, Pada and Krishnadas, Bhugar, now Panchatattva also manifested in Vrindavan. In Radha Damodar temple. Because Lord, all Panchatattva, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all Panchatattva themselves did. No, we will like to have associates, we will stay here with Rupa Goswami Pad. So they all came in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, Panchatattva themselves manifested. They came, they liked Vrindavan. So it means Mahaprabhu all traveled everywhere, whole India, even abroad, every country. So that's why we can see the devotees from every country. But still now he wants to stay with Rupa Goswami Pad and Bhugar Goswami Pad. So they all Panchatattva came here now. So this is all, Lord is Tene Vidya Adi Swarat. Radha Krishna also, they are Swarat. However Radha desired, the Krishna also desired in different places, different pastimes takes place in Brajmandal. Chaurasi to Brajmandal, there is always different pastime. Kususwar or Ratna Vedi, if you go in nearby, Lalita Kund, Vimal Kund, so many places, different Surya Kund. So why? Because Krishna desired, Radha desired. Similarly, Mahaprabhu desired now that Avul ko kaiva yaha bikaite nahi chavul. So the secret of world of the Advaitacharya Mahaprabhu understood. So some or other way, one of the farm he entered into the Totagopinath, but another farm he came in Brajamandal because Brajamandal also required, so the all Panchatattva came here and manifested it. So we doing Radha Damodar for Parikrama, we can have Giraj Maharaj Kripa plus Panchatattva Kripa plus Rupa Goswami. So this way, this is not ordinary. Here, Vrindavan, the the sons of the Bhakti Devi, they become old, but when the Bhakti also old, when she went West countries. West countries means even Gujarat also is part of the India's west country. When the Bhakti become old, her sons become old, But when they come in Vrindavan, they become again young. And they nrityanti, gayanti. They again started dancing and flourishing and everywhere like that. So that way the Bhakti Devi itself, Bhagavan Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a magnificent insight of Bhakti also. Sannyasa Krishnama Shanto Nishtha Shanti Paran. He himself wants everybody's faith in him. So he himself renounced and took and this holy name how to give every living entity. So he went to door and he Radiya place for especially he said Nityanand Prabhu and all Chaturmas he stayed in Sriranga with Gopal Bhatta Goswami and all that, and simultaneously he delivered Jharkhand and every living entity in whole India traveled. So that way now he himself now Mahaprabhu in Brajamandal Radha Krishna Militatanu Radha Chinta Nimeshata Yasya Kantir Vilopita. He becomes so much immersed in Radharani and in Imlitala. He came and now he become Radha Bhavmati and he is resting in Radha, Damodar and blessing all Mancha
ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गोविचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुवरं श्रीरूपं प्रभुं रजतस्वसिवं चरणं श्रीगुरुचरणं वन्दे रमण पृष्ठाय भूतले भानुभक्तिरं शरणं। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री सद्गुरु जय रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री भावनाथ हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे। So first of all, I am Shastra. The Lotus feet of our spiritual masters, Nitlai Shiva Bhaktivedanta Shri Om Sai Maharaj Shri So today is Vyanjali Maharaj-Ekadashi, also following this Ekadashi, Kamada Ekadashi. So yesterday also many Rajvasis, they're following Ekadashi, they're doing Parikrama, and even today many are doing Parikrama, so yesterday also. But we say that when Dashami coincides with Ekadashi, then it is with the Ekadashi. Then you follow Ekadashi the next day, not on that day. Then you follow Maharaj-Ekadashi. Dashami appears on the time of Ekadashi, which is like before sunrise. If even there's a slight sparsh, touch of Dashami, then there's Sparsha Dosh. So that day you should not follow Ekadashi, the next day you should follow. So sometimes there's a lot of confusion in this regard. Some are following on one day and some are following on another day. But this is like how it should be followed ultimately. So in regard to this Ekadashi or Dwadashi that has come, so there's one nice history. Because this Ekadashi occurs during the Shukla Paksha of this Chaitra Mas, this Ekadashi. So from the Brahma Vaivarta Puran, then there is one story. But as we know, these stories are like mostly about the mundane benefits of following Ekadashi. There is this one story that King Dilip, the great grandfather of Ramchandra, he approached Vasishtha Rishi. And he asked Vasishtha Rishi that can you please explain the glories of this month, this Ekadashi that occurs during the Shukla Paksha of Chaitra Mas. Because we see Ram Navami was just like 2 days before Ram Navami. And, so then Vasishtha, he told Dilip that there was one kingdom where the king was called Pundarikaksha. So as Pundarikaksha, he'd have all the Gandharvas come and do kirtan in his kingdom. So then there was one Gandharva couple called Lalit and Lalita. So they were very attached to each other. So one day the king, he told Lalit to sing some nice songs. So then when Lalit was singing these songs, then he was only thinking about his wife the whole time, even when he was singing these songs. So he was not singing these songs properly. So then one of the ministers, he complained to the king. He said, what he's doing? He's only thinking about his wife. He's not even singing properly here. He should be thinking about you, the king. He's singing for your pleasure, but now he's only thinking about his wife. So then the king, he said, yes, this is true. He's only thinking about his wife. So he said, I curse you that you become a Rakshas. He said, now you're a Gandharva, you're very proud of your beauty, then you become a Rakshas. So then this Lalit, this Gandharva, he became a Rakshas. Then his wife was thinking, oh, because of me, he has become this Rakshas. So then what to do? So then they were roaming in the forest, walking there. And then they were thinking, how can my husband be delivered from this curse? So there they met Shringi Rishi on this Vindhyachal Parvat. So you see all these personalities, they play an integral part in Ram's Leela. So then they met Shringi Rishi there on top of this Vindhyachal Parvat. And then she asked Shringi Rishi that how can I, because now we know that Shringi was not staying in Ayodhya. Because previously we heard in this Katha that Dasharat Maharaj, he requested that Shringi Rishi be present in Ayodhya because he was a mantra drashta Rishi. And whatever mantras he would chant would bear fruit, they would give siddhi. So by now we heard that Shringi Rishi, being the son of this Kanva Muni, he was still staying in the forest. He had not yet entered into Ayodhya. So then she approached Shringi Rishi and she asked him that, oh, you're a Bal Brahmachari and whatever you say is very powerful. Because we see following this Brahmachari Vrat is like, in one way is very beneficial. Because even Gurudev, he gave an example that in his village there used to be one person who was a Bal Brahmachari. Means he never married his entire life. And if any snake would bite any person, they would go to this Brahmachari. And this Brahmachari, he knew certain mantras. And just by chanting those mantras, the snake would come, the snake that had bit that person, and the snake would take that poison away. This was how powerful these mantras were. And Gurudev said that person, he had such power in chanting those mantras because he was a brahmachari. Because he did not lose his vital shakti, his vital energy. And because of that brahmachari shakti, he could even call those snakes that had bit that particular person. And that snake would come and take the poison away. So similarly here, Shringi Rishi also, because he was such a Bal Brahmachari, he retained his strength, his inner strength. Therefore, whatever mantras he would say, whatever instructions he'd give, hold a lot of potency. So then she asked him, can you please help me? So then he said, all right, if you want to be helped, then you follow this Ekadashi during Shukla Paksha. And ultimately, not just your husband will not just be cured, but ultimately you will also have darshan of Sri Ramchandra himself, Sita Ram Lakshman, and all that because he gave this blessing to Shringi Rishi. Because he knew what was going to happen in the future. Because Valmiki, he had already composed the Ramayana even before Ram had appeared. And Valmiki had told certain rishis about Ram's Leela, about his appearance. And one among them was Shringi Rishi. Because Kanva Muni was good friends with Valmiki. And this way, he blessed them that we'll have darshan of Sita Ram. And this way, by following this Ekadashi, they have darshan of Sita Ram. In this way. And we see also that there is another nice history that the Vaishnavas have spoken on a previous occasion on the same Ekadashi, the Kamada Ekadashi, that after Sati Devi gave up her life, because Daksha, he insulted Shiv Thakur so much, So Sati, she entered inside the fire. She gave up her life. So then Shiv Thakur was very sad. Because as we know, Sati Devi, she would always listen to his Harikatha. And now Shiv Thakur was not suffering in separation from his wife. He was suffering in separation from a devotee of Krishna, of Ram, not from his wife. This we must understand. Ultimately, whatever relationships we have should center around Krishna. Not that we independently have any relationship with anyone for that matter whatsoever. Only they should be based on that relationship with Krishna. So then, therefore, Shiv Thakur, he was like not feeling separation from his wife, but he was feeling separation from a bhakta, from a devotee of Krishna. So then what happened? He entered into samadhi. So then all the devatas, they were thinking now what to do. Because Shiv Thakur, as we heard that day on Shiv Chaturdashi, Shivratri, the Vaishnavas, they spoke this katha. And what does Shiv Thakur do? He removes all these anarthas away from the jivas. He's not just some adhikarik devata in tamogun. This is like not complete understanding. What does he do? He removes all this tamogun within the jivas. So now that Shiv Thakur entered into samadhi, then the entire world was covered by this tamogun. So then all the devatas were thinking, now what to do now, what should we do? So then they approached Kamdev. They said, oh Kamdev, you are very powerful. You go and anyhow, like, break this trance of Shiv Thakur, this samadhi. So then Kamdev, he went there, and then what did he do? He started releasing each of his 5 arrows. And while Shiv Thakur was absorbed in his samadhi. So who was Shiv Thakur meditating on? He was meditating on his guru. Who is his guru? Sankarshan. He was meditating on Sankarshan. So then Kamdev, he released 1 arrow. The first arrow he released was this ether. Very subtle element, ether. So then, as soon as this arrow touched Shiv Thakur, then he started feeling some transformation in his body. But then still he controlled himself. Then he shot the other arrow, which is air. So then this air, it caused more transformations. Then he shot this other arrow, which represents the element fire. So then he felt something burning within him. Then he was thinking, what is happening? Then he shot the element water. Then water is rasa. So this causes even more disturbance. Then he shot the element earth on Shiv Thakur. And then, as we know, if this element earth strikes one, then one very difficult for one to control himself. Then he's bound to act. So then Shiv Thakur immediately realized this was Kamdev, and by his third eye, he burnt him to ashes. Saying, why did you do this? So now Shiv Thakur was thinking, that why did I get disturbed by this Kamdev? And then what did he do? This Kamdev's wife, Rati, she approached him. And then she said, how can I get my husband back? Then she said, you go serve this demon, Sambrasur. And Sambrasur, he had recited the Rudrashtakam like 108 times. And he pleased Lord Shiva very much. And Lord Shiva said, okay, you will get whatever you want. But know one thing for sure, that the son of Rukmini and Krishna will be born, he will be your killer. So then Sambrasur, he kidnapped Pradyumna from Dwaraka. And then we know Rati, she served as his maidservant. And then he threw that baby in the ocean, and some fish swallowed the ocean, and then he caught that fish and he gave it to Rati, and then Rati raised that boy, and then he became Kamdev and he killed Sambrasur in this way. So in this way, Shiv Thakur was thinking that because of this Kamdev, I had to, like, my own samadhi was broken. And then we hear Shiv Thakur himself became very much attracted to the beauty of Mohini avatar. So much so that Shiv Thakur even lost his Virja Shakti. And it is said that gold, silver, and all these platinum, all these ornaments, they were formed from his Virja Shakti. Therefore, Vaishnavas have previously said that especially in Vedic culture, ladies, they put these gold jewels around their neck. Why? Because in this way, by putting these golden ornaments, they are actually controlled by these golden jewels. Because these golden jewels, they represent the Virja Shakti of Shiv Thakur. So then Shiv Thakur, he prayed to his Prabhu, Bhagavan, saying, why could I not control myself on these 2 occasions? So then Bhagavan, he told Shiv Thakur, already follow this Ekadashi. That occurs during this Chaitra Mas. And then he followed this Ekadashi. And then Ekadashi Devi, she appeared to him and she said, alright, now I will give you this advice. You go to Kamyavan and you bathe there in Vimala Kund. You bathe in Vimala Kund and you come to me. And then Shiv Thakur, he went and he took a bath there in Vimala Kund. And then when he came to Ekadashi Devi, then she initiated him with this calm Gayatri mantra. And he said, now you meditate on this calm Gayatri mantra. You do Purashcharan of this calm Gayatri mantra. Because we see the calm Gayatri actually has the Sambandha Devata, Abhideya Devata and Prayojan Devata. Govinda, Gopinath, Madan Mohan, they're all present there. Because who is Kamdev? He is Madan Mohan, the enchanter of Cupid. And who is Govinda? He is the one holding the 5 arrows. And who is Gopinath? He is Ananga. So in this way, all the 3 deities are present there in this Kam Gayatri. So then she told him, you do Purashcharan of this Kam Gayatri mantra. And then he meditated on Govinda, Gopinath, Madan Mohan. And as we know, when he's meditating with them, Krishna is not alone by himself. He is also present with all the Sakhis and Manjaris. So in this way, Shiv Thakur, he received this aprakrit Kam, transcendental Kam. What is this transcendental Kam? Atmendriya Priti Vancha Tare Buli Kam. Krishnendriya Priti Vancha Dhare Prem Nam. The desire to please Krishna's senses, this is Kam. And all other things are actually lust. And what is this Kam? This is Kamanuga Bhakti. Kamatmika Bhakti, represented by the gopis. This Madhurya Bhav, Shringar Ras. So he had this, so he was blessed with this Kamatmika Bhakti. And therefore, he is staying there in Kamyaman as Kameshwar Mahadev. And anyone who comes there to Kameshwar Mahadev and prays to him, it doesn't mean that he'll have all his calm, material desires fulfilled. Rather, he will have all his transcendental desires fulfilled. And Kameshwar Mahadev will give them this transcendental calm. This transcendental praying. Because we say, what is this transcendental calm? It is Shringar Ras, it is Madhurya Ras. And we see Shiv Thakur can give this. Because once Bhakti Jivan Janardhan Goswami Maharaj, he was having a conversation with all his godbrothers and he asked this question, can Shiv Thakur give this Kamatmika Bhakti? Then he asked this question to Gurudev. And Gurudev said, certainly he can give this Kamatmika Bhakti. Because as Gopishwar Mahadev, he gives this Pravesharika into this Ras Leela of Radha and Krishna. You see that this Gopishwar Mahadev temple is right there. And right next to it is Vamsi Bhakti. So see here, he is actually giving one entrance into this Ras Leela. So surely Shiv Thakur can give this Kamatmik prayer. And if one goes there and has his darshan and prays to him, then what to speak of this Kamatmik prayer? He'll also give this Tat Tat Bhav Ichatmik prayer. That is the Bhav, the Manjaris. He can also give that prayer. So therefore on this Ekadashi Tithi, if one will sincerely pray within the core of his heart, then he can achieve that same prayer as Shiv Thakur received by the grace of the Vrajadevis. Because the other day we heard this question that Srivas Thakur, he is also a Bhakta and Mahaprabhu is also a Bhakta. So then how is there any difference between the two? So then we heard that this Radharani's praying, this Swarup Shakti is present within everyone. It's just a question of more or less. Beginning from Mahaprabhu until Srivas Thakur himself. This potency of Swarup Shakti is present within all of them. So this Swarup Shakti is also flowing within Shiv Thakur. Because we heard that day, no? That what is the meaning of Jyotirlinga? We heard this now. Vaishnavas are explaining. What is this Jyotirlinga? In Shivratri they explain. So this Jyotirlinga means what? Means Shiv Thakur, when he sat with all the Rishi Maharshis there in Kailash, then he started reciting this Radha Kripa Kataksha Stavaraj, this Muninda Linda Vanadite. And then when he started reciting this Kala Karishasiyam Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam, Rajeshwari, Vakeshwari, and all these different substutis, then Radharani herself, Swarup Shakti manifested within him. And this manifestation of Radharani is within him is actually called this Jyotirlinga, the effulgence. This is Unnattojjala Rasam, Ujjwal Ras. Ujjwal means what? The effulgent mellow. And what is this Jyotirlinga? Jyoti means the effulgence. Means this Unnattojjala Ras itself. This is the meaning of this Jyotirlinga. You know, the 12 Jyotirlingas found all over India. This is the meaning. So therefore, on this Tithi, one is very sincere and faithful. And then if he prays to Shiv Thakur, and especially to Ekadashi Devi, who has appeared with this name, Kamada, or as even Ganjul, then one is sure to be blessed with this Kamatmik, not Kamatmik, Kamanuga Bhakti, and ultimately Rupanuga Bhakti. That is the mode of the maidservants of Srimati Radhika. And this is the ultimate, the best fruit of this observance of Ekadashi Devi. Manchaka Vajradeshara Vasudevcha Dhanam Pami Vivashana.
ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे पञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः वदन्नाय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरतिसे नमः। जय रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ जय गोसाई करी चरण वंदन जावैते विघ्ननाशभीष्ट जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य दयाल प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि श्री गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे। बोलो श्री गुरु जी महाराज की जय, परंपरा की जय, अनंत अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, सपा सद्गुरुनि की जय, गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन जीव की जय, भक्तवृंद विनाश शंकर नृसिंहदेव की जय, भक्तराज प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, सर्वपुष्पद गिरिराज गोवर्धन जीव की जय, गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जीव की जय, ब्रजमंडल धाम की जय, ब्रजवासी भक्तवृंद की जय, सुरेश्वरी मधेश्वरी प्रणेश्वरी श्रीमती राधा रानी की जय, ब्रजविगन की जय, जय बंजली महादादशी की जय, कमल एकादशी की जय, जय एकादशी तिथि महादशी पालन करे भक्तवृंद की जय, गौतमानंद हरि हरि। आज
this Vrata Vyanjali Mahadadashi, so this Kamada Ekadashi. So there is some specialty. This Mahadadashi Vrat. The devotees have done kirtan. When Ekadashi Devi is present in her pure form, then the next day this Mahadadashi appears, then you'll have to leave this Ekadashi behind and follow this Mahadadashi Vrat. Ekadashi is pure. Before Brahma Murta, Ekadashi Devi appears. Like yesterday was this Kamada Ekadashi Vrata. Was present yesterday. But when Mahadadashi appears, then you leave that Ekadashi Vrata and you follow this Mahadadashi Vrata. Like we see for Nanda Baba and Yashoda Maiya, the Rishi Maharshis and Shiv Thakur, they said that you follow this Mahadadashi Vrata. So then Sanatana Goswami, he explains that before Ekadashi Devi, when Dwadashi arrives, then the next day you should follow this Mahadadashi, and then third day on Trayadashi, then this morning again, this Vyanjali Mahadadashi will appear. And then there's Pakshvardhini. If after Ekadashi, there's Purnima, then again there's 3 days. Again you have to follow this Vrata for 3 days. Ekadashi, Dwadashi and Trayadashi. So they say there's like this Pakshamala, Varadini Mahadadashi also which appears. And there's also three Sparsha, Mahadadashi. And then Jaya, Vijaya, there are 8 Mahadadashis. And if in any year all 8 Mahadadashis appear, then it is very special. Or else every year 1, 2 or 3 or 4 appear. So when Ekadashi Devi appears, then every 15 days, one day they follow this Ekadashi Vrata. And there are some who follow Ekadashi every day. So some they follow on one day Ekadashi, and some follow Ekadashi every day. So why should we follow once every 15 days? Like Rishi Maharshis who are staying in the forest, who comes up in Samadhi. They don't accept anything, but at least they accept air. And sometimes they don't even breathe, because even air has many germs, many insects, many living entities. So they'll also enter inside one's body. Then it'll be non-veg. Then how are you a vegetarian? Because these insects are entering inside your body. Every day you're ingesting so many these living entities, and they don't come out as well. And they enter inside your body and they eat you alive. Maybe sometimes one has a dry throat, means these germs have entered inside your throat. And sometimes you have a headache, means these germs have entered inside your head. Sometimes they enter inside your stomach. And this way they've made their own residence there in your body. So how can we be protected? If you drink water, then it's non-veg. Then everything you're taking, there's nothing vegetarian. If you eat potatoes, even potatoes have many insects, worms. If you boil those potatoes, then you're eating those worms as well. Whatever you're eating is non-veg. So if you think about all these things, it's very difficult then. You call the scientists and they say examine. Then they say, oh, these worms are favorable. No harm. Like when you eat this yeast, then what do? They add they add this bacteria, and there's so much bacteria that comes, then it becomes very fluffy. And then when one eats this bread, he becomes very happy. Oh, I've eaten so many insects now, worms, this is bacteria. Now become very strong now, eating this yeast. So how can one be free? On the day of Ekadashi, even if you follow Nirjala Vrata, you don't drink water, but still you're breathing air. Still, so many insects are entering inside your body. Every inhalation, exhalation, they're coming inside and going out. Therefore, if you just smell something, it means you've already eaten half. You've already eaten. Therefore, the Rishi Maharshis don't even breathe, because sometimes they'll have to smell something. So they'll go into Samadhi. So then it is said that this Trisparsha, Vyanjali, Paksha, Vardhini, these different Mahadadashi Vrats, why should one follow these Vratas? There is Shuddha Ekadashi, there is no fault. One should not leave Ekadashi. But if there's Mahadadashi, then you'll have to follow this Mahadadashi instead of this Ekadashi. If someone says, no, I'll follow Ekadashi, I'll also follow Mahadadashi. So then Dashmi, don't eat any rice, or don't drink water as well. And Ekadashi, you follow Nirjala. And then on Mahadadashi, again you'll have to follow. So again there's another Vrata. And then on Trayodasi again another Vrata. One will have to eat fruits and flowers, but still it will not be pure. So therefore, when this Mahadadashi Vrata appears, then Ekadashi Devi, she's always thinking, how can I protect all these jivas and offer them in the service of my Prabhu? Change their attitude. still they cannot do so. They cannot change their own selves. One day anyhow they follow Ekadashi, and then for next 14 days again this urge becomes stronger in them. Again they do something bad. They do all those things opposed to bhakti. How can they be changed? See, you clean a cloth, again it will become dirty. Then again it will be dirty, again it will tear. So Ekadashi Devi, she becomes very surprised that how can these jivas be changed? Today, you see, I made them proper, clean, but again, the next day on Dadashi, again they become impure. So the jivas cannot control themselves. They do not have this Thai bhava. They have no nishtha. Here, bhakti has been described. What is bhakti? What is the definition of bhakti? There is lokiki. Means Vaidiki, in the words of the Shastras. Whatever one does. If everything is favorable for Bhagavan Seva, they're saying, oh, how can worldly things be favorable for Bhagavan Seva? Vedic things are favorable, but worldly things, how can they be favorable? But no, even worldly things and even Vediki, means even spiritual things. Whatever you do, they should be favorable for Hari Seva. Then it is called Bhakti. So when he follows Ekadashi, oh, I fall Nirjala, Nirahar, not eating anything, following this Maun Vrat. And in the morning, then this atom bomb bursts in the morning. This dynamite bursts. Then again one starts lying, again one starts... Now he becomes very strong because he's eaten very nicely. Because now he becomes very strong by following this one day vrata. So then he starts acting whimsically. And this, when he thinks I am Brahma, everyone is Brahma, you are Brahma. So if one Brahma eats another Brahma, then what is the fault? Even a goat is Brahma, dog is Brahma. So if one Brahma eats another Brahma, then what is the harm? And they say there is no consideration of truth, lie. Ekadashi Devi, she is saying they are following this brata, but then they again become very rebellious. They don't care for anyone. They'll do whatever they wish because they say, no, I am God's own, or no, I am Allah Himself, God Himself. Now I have become an authority. Now I am Bhagavan's. So what? Nothing can touch me. Once one takes shelter of Ekadashi, then my senses are offered to Bhagavan's Seva. And Bhagavan Himself had Yudhishthira speak lie. And so Bhagavan Himself has made even these lies, and He's also made the truth. So if I speak a lie, then this is also Bhagavan's creation, part of His creation. So they say these senses are very dangerous. They're like snakes. These snakes are very uncontrolled. This snake of time, Kal, what does it do? One person dies from a snake bite. But a person, he has so much poison that by that poison he can kill thousands of people at one time. Whereas a snake bite can only kill one person. By his cheating, hypocrisy, deceit, he kills everyone. So Ekadashi Devi was thinking, now what to do? Then next Ekadashi, again they follow Nirjala, they stay awake the whole night. Then they do Kirtan. Then Ekadashi Devi, she sings. Then 15 days, just see. And again they come. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he said that one follows one Ekadashi, And until the next Ekadashi, you make a record that what good things have I done and what bad things have I done. How much have I advanced in my remembrance of Bhagwan, in my absorption of Bhagwan, in my realization of Bhagwan, how much have I advanced, and how much have I fallen, how many things have I done wrong. If one will not consider, then what will happen? Then Ganaite dosha gunaleshana pau jabatoi karovi vichar. If you count my faults, then you will only find faults, you will not find any good qualities. So therefore, Ekadashi Devi, she became very surprised, saying, how can I help all these people? Because when the mother comes, then the person, he folds his hands and he becomes very innocent, simple. And as and when the mother leaves and that person becomes far from his mother, then just see how his mind becomes. Therefore, Premananda Saraswati sang Kala Kalendriya Vairi Varga Shri Bhakti Margaya Koti Kanta Karutta Palamaram Varuni Chandra. He said that now this path of bhakti has been spiked by countless thorns. So without taking shelter of Chaitanya Chandra, how can I be delivered? You see, ordinarily a person is very fearful. But those dressed as sadhus, they don't care for anyone. Therefore, ordinary people, when they die, they become ghosts. But when these persons dressed as sadhus die, they become Brahma Rakshasas. And even by Tantra Mantra, some days before in Mathura, some devotee, she was doing bhajan. And when she died, they performed the Bhagavatam recital, they offered pinda, but still she could not be delivered. Nothing was working on her. And then after some time, they went to Yamuna and they did this Narayan Bali. Or else how will she be delivered? Because those are very deceitful, hypocritical, very difficult for them to be delivered. Because one, if he commits sins unintentionally, then he can be liberated from the sins. But if one does purposely, then you see, how can he be delivered? Therefore, one who is very stubborn, deceitful, hypocritical, he will follow Ekadashi, and then as soon as the Adashi, just see what he will do then. So in this condition, Ekadashi Devi, she becomes very sad. At that time, Prabhu very mercifully, just as Vaman Dadashi, Vara Dadashi, and so therefore 3 days appear. First Dadashi comes. And there are many considerations here. On this Dadashi Tithi, the 12 Dadash Mahajans. First is Yam Maharaj. He says, I'll help you. Because in Yamlok, they've all escaped. Because by following Ekadashi, all their sins went away, everything went away, Rok, Shok, Moha. So we'll follow Ekadashi. And then do as you wish. Because by following Ekadashi, then we'll be free of everything. Why should one be fearful? He can act as he wishes to. So let me follow Ekadashi. So Yam Maharaj, he says. So then the Dwadash Mahajans, who are they? They are the followers, manifestations of Sankarshan Ram, Baldev Prabhu. They are the Satri, that was Sandhini Shakti. So on Dwadashi, Baldev Prabhu and his Shakti, he sends his manifestations. And then the next day, Krishna himself appears with all his associates. And then on the third day, Sarup Shakti, Ladini Shakti herself appears, Radharani. Therefore it's called Vyanjuli. What is this Vyanjuli? Means she has appeared in a very special form to deliver all the conditions also. Because you see, one does come in, if one does something wrong, like ignorantly, then he is forgiven. But if one does purposely, intentionally, then how can he be forgiven? Therefore, even after following Ekadashi, one who still wants to engage in sinful things, then what will happen? Now he'll not just be born as an asura or a rakshasa. He'll be born in even lower species of life. Because Ekadashi Devi should not be insulted. So therefore Bhagavan himself sends Baldev Prabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, that those who are following Ekadashi, you have them follow this Maharaj-Ekadashi Vrata as well. Then this mercy is had. And what does Ekadashi Devi do? Anyone who follows Ekadashi, they come to Bhagavan. And she surrenders to Bhagavan. That Prabhu, I am your Kripa Murti. And since I am the very form of your mercy, I am offering them at your lotus feet. But on Maharaj-Ekadashi, Baladev Prabhu himself, Satchit Ananda, they appear, three of them appear together. Now we will not have to make them wander, make them do some wrong things. Or else they'll say many things in the name of Ekadashi. They follow Ekadashi, they'll say, oh, you should not eat rice. Okay, no need to eat rice. But dal we can eat, no problem. And atta also we can eat. Atta is not rice, wheat flour. We'll just make some pudis out of Ganga water and fry them in ghee and make chana dal with milk, not with water but with milk. And this is also not rice. Rice is anna. All these things are not anna. No, like wheat flour, how can it be anna? They're made of wheat. Like they say buckwheat. But it's wheat, but buckwheat means this was previously wheat, but now it's no longer wheat. Therefore, it's called buckwheat. And there's a shama chawal also. And this ramdana is also not rice. And sagudana is the fruit of trees. And Loki and Begun means these eggplants. They are also not rice. So where is the fault in eating these things on Ekadashi? And tera, kakadi and all these vegetables also you can eat. On Ekadashi, then why not eggplant? And coriander leaves are leaves. So just make some chutney and make parotas. Then automatically make kutu, puri, make halwa. And this, in the name of Ekadashi, one is doing many nonsense things there. On the name of Vrata, one is enjoying for so much bhoga. Therefore, the Jaya, Vijaya, Trisprasha, Pakshavardhini, Yanjuli, and all these different kinds of Mahadadashi. And they say, oh, there's Mahadadashi. Bhagavan himself sends his Dadash Mahajans. And Baldev himself appears with all his associates. Parikar. And Krishna himself, on this Dadash Tithi, he appears with all his associates, saying, just see who is trying to insult Ekadashi. On the day of Ekadashi, they open a huge feast. They make many things out of pure ghee, sweets, so many things. And they fry many puris, and they say, now Ekadashi is being worshipped. They say bhoga is being offered. Like Hiran Jagadish, you see, they also followed Ekadashi. In Vrindavan, you see, they organize huge feasts in some temples and even in ashrams. Also, there are many influential sadhus. Then if you do Avagya of Ekadashi, if you do Avagya of Mahaprasad and Ekadashi, then you'll go to hell. Therefore, first eat Mahaprasad and Ekadashi as well. This is the rule of Ekadashi. If you don't take Mahaprasad and Ekadashi, then you're doing Avagya. Therefore, eat Mahaprasad, they say also. And they say they're making many concoctions. Some are organizing feasts. This is also one form. And one will not fry in oil, one will just boil in water, or one will just bake it in fire. or else they'll just eat it raw. But you see, in the name of Ekadashi, they're all trying to satisfy their own senses. Therefore, on Maharaj-Ekadashi, one, how to follow this vrata purely. These limbs of bhakti, Laukiki, Vaidiki, how can it be made favorable for Hariseva? Because how can we offer everything in Prabhu's seva? And that also in a favorable way. Not according to our anukulata. Means not how favorable should be according to us. You say, oh, it's very hot, let me drink some nice juice, some yogurt, lassi, put some nice ice, just put some ice all around, just sleep there. So according to how favorable it is to you. So if I eat ice cream, what is the harm? Ice cream means it's only ice and cream. Cream is also vegetarian, it's also like eating fruits. And ice is also just water. So what is the harm in eating ice cream on Ekadashi? So you make many excuses. And especially the Kali Yuga Jivas. One, he opens many ways in these Kali Yuga Jivas. Therefore, this Maharaj-Ekadashi is very powerful. And especially this Vyanjali Maharaj-Ekadashi. And then there's one more Maharaj-Ekadashi after this. And they say one's mind is made pure. And how is this tarpan offered for Bhagavan? How can one offer himself? So Prabhu himself, he makes all arrangements. Mahajans, Bhaktas, along with Sadguru, Vaishnavas, Aprakrit, Bhagavad Parikar, how can we have this sambandha with them? How can we pray? We are so proud, arrogant, that even if our life goes, still we will not bow down. Whatever will happen, and wherever I am, I'll be happy. So how can I bow down? And we will not agree our mistakes as well, our faults. How can one be surrendered? Like Maharaj-Ekadashi, one Bhagavan himself considers. And then he appears with everyone. And especially he appears with his Bhagavad Parikars, with his associates. As long as one does not have someone with Bhagavad Parikar, then we are orphans. So Bhagavan, he comes, he gives darshan, he gives his mercy. But still we misuse that mercy. Bhagavan, he gives Shakti. Guruji, he gives wealth to his disciple. Saying, oh, you want something after 1 month, you need something. Then he said, oh Guruji, I am yours. You're giving me only little and you're asking me if you need something more. You don't have good intelligence. How can I just maintain myself with what little you're giving me? You should give me something more. And Guruji says, all right. Okay, I'll give you more then. And then he asks another disciple that you need something more. Then he says, oh Guruji, you already given me so much mercy. We have not come to enjoy with you. I have come for your seva. So whatever you are given is yours. So kindly bestow your mercy upon me, because I am not worthy of your mercy. So they say one is only trying to satisfy his own senses. And one, having understood his shortcomings, there's another disciple who knows that he has many shortcomings. So he'll have to prepare himself for Bhagavan's seva. So that time, who does Guru think about? That when he thinks about that disciple who is only engaged in sense gratification, then he thinks, oh, I cannot change this person. Let me help the other one. So he'll pray to Bhagavan's parikars that at least this person, you change him. He's such a bogey. He's creating such trouble. So you please kindly save this person. And one who's anukul, favorable, you give him this kripa shakti more. They become even more favorable. And this way they become mukta, liberated. They don't be bound in any way. So kripa is in two ways. So Ekadashi Devi, she is thinking that the jivas, they come to me, but they are durtanta. Means they are very pretentious, hypocrites. So on the day of this Mahadadashi, for 3 days, and on Pakshavardhini, what happens? On then Purnamasi, Amavasya, at that time one follows this Dadashi Vrata. Why? Because it has been described that Bhagavan Shakti, one he follows Ekadashi, but then he gets some Shakti. But if one misuses that Shakti, then there is this Pakshavardhini. What kind of Paksha? There's the Vipaksha, Swapaksha, Sujatiya, Vijatiya. We cannot understand all these different classifications on our own. So therefore, how can we understand what is favorable for us? So we'll have to, how do we proceed in that direction? To that personality will be merciful to us. We like the mundane things of this world, mundane people, but we don't like these transcendental things. So in Pakshavardhani Mahadashi, or whatever is favorable for bhakti, it will increase. And this samandha with the bhaktas will become even more strong. Bhagavan doesn't give his mercy to anyone directly. He sees, he sends his bhaktas, and then first he makes them receive the mercy of his bhaktas, receive their love and affection. He'll make them related to his bhaktas. So this is actually his real mercy. He doesn't, because Bhagavan gives this Shakti, then this Brahma Shakti, one will want to be a Brahmavadi, then he'll want to become Bhagavan himself. He'll not want to be a Bhakta. Therefore, the glories of Ekadashi, this Yanjali Mahadashi, Pakshavardhani, Trisprasha, Vamandadashi, Varadadashi, Kurmadadashi, Govinda Dadashi. There are so many Dadashis. They have more specialities than even Ekadashi also. Therefore, in Nimbarga Sampradaya, they only follow Mahadadashis. In Gaudiya Sampradaya, they follow Ekadashi, but in their Sampradaya, they follow Ekadashi the next day. Therefore, there is a lot of speciality about Mahadadashi. And what other benefit is there? It is said that the Rishi Maharshis, Brahmarshis, they did so many austerities, but we have never prayed to anyone that bestow mercy upon me. We say, oh, Kripa Karo Vaishnava Thakur, Samana Janiya Vajite Vajite Abhimana Udura, Mita Vaishnava Buddhi Hoila Mani Manadana Bhavani, Dishtashe Dayadushba Evo Niraya Kami. So what is the fruit of this Ekadashi? By praying to the Rishi, Maharshi, Brahmarshi, Tapasvi. Like we see the ancient times, the Rishi Maharshis performed such tapasya, very difficult for us to do the same tapasya. But if we learn how to pray, then the process will be more simple for us. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Prabhupada, Guru Varga, Chaturmukh Brahma, the four Sampradaya Acharyas. Every day we should pray to them, to these Acharyas. And pray for that mercy, not for Bhoga, but make everything favorable for Hari Seva. Then this is our sadhan. Our sadhan is only remembering and glorifying them. And automatically by being surrendered to them, mercy will be showered upon everyone. But even there, we'll have to see that there is this Rupanugatta. One should pray to everyone. Kabir Lokanath More, Sangala Jave, Shri Ruper Patadma More, Samas Marvi. They asked the Guru also, "Oh, when will Guru bestow mercy upon me? Take me to Rupa Goswami. For me. Rupa Goswami accept me." Narottam Thakur spread like this to Lokanath Goswami. So this is the very special mercy of Maharaj.Ekadashi. That in Sadhu Sangha and Satsanga, one will have this Sadhu Sangha, and then one is protected by the mercy of the sadhus. Then one will advance, and one's mind will never be disturbed, because we cannot control our minds. Sadhu has the responsibility of controlling one's mind. They will always have a watchful eye upon us. So therefore, this is the speciality of this Maharaj.Ekadashi. Yesterday's Ekadashi is all right. Those who did. But the Shastras have said about the speciality of this Maharaj.Ekadashi Vrata. Ekadashi Devi is also present within this Maharaj.Ekadashi Vrata. Don't think, oh, I have disrespected Ekadashi, I haven't followed her appearance. On Maharaj.Ekadashi, Ekadashi Devi, Maharaj.Ekadashi also brings Ekadashi along with her. Therefore, this Kamada Ekadashi and Vyanjali Maharaj.Ekadashi gives even greater fruit by following this Maharaj.Ekadashi. Now we'll listen tomorrow.
Bhakata seva parama siddhi premalati karamola. Bhakata seva parama siddhi premalati karamola. Sodha bhakata charanarenu bhajanaya. Madhavati Bhakti Janani Yadana Palana Gauri. Madhavati Bhakti Janani Yadana Palana Gauri. Krishna Vasati Vasati Gauri Paramaya Dare Gauri. Krishna Vasati Vasati Gauri Paramaya Sudha Bhakata Charanarenu Bhajanayanu Sudha Bhakata Charanarenu Bhajanayanu Gaurayana Jagavasana Jai Guru Deva, Jai Guru Deva, Bhakta Bhakta Deva Guru Deva. Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. Jai Sachinanda, Jai Gaura Hare, Sachinanda, Jai Gaura Hare. Jai Radha Vinati Hare, Radha Vinati Hare Radha. Hare Jai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Jai Gaura Hari Bol. Jai Gaura Hari